Hello everybody, in today's video I have got an unboxing from Traiphum again. This is going to be the most ultimate unboxing I've ever had. This is $1,100 worth of puzzles, and it's only 2 puzzles. It does look like Customs got a hold of this a little bit. As we can see, it's a little bit torn under here, and I can actually see the puzzle inside of there, and I think that Customs got a hold of it. I've never received a box from Traiphum with the string on it, but maybe he did that anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it from this side so we can get to the first puzzle. So we get rid of the string. Now this is, I gotta say, okay, if you go back and watch my Hexaphobic unboxing, I'll say that this is like my most favorite unboxing, and at the time it was, but this is like something that I have wanted to have ever since I even heard of it. And this is like, I know I don't seem too excited right now, but trust me, I'm really excited. So this is the first puzzle here. This is called a Hexaminx. So let's open it up. Wow. Okay, as you can see, it says Traiphum puzzles. And what this is a Mega Minx, and it's just turned into a square. As you can see, there's faces, and they can turn here. And then it can shape shift too, as you can see. And then this can shape shift. So I am really looking forward to this. But I'm going to do a completely separate video on this. The video for this one is what's in the box still. So let's go ahead and open that. Okay. Oh, there it is. I'm sure a lot of you guys knew I was getting this. Let's just get it back to, so it's not scrambled anymore. This brings me back to when I received my Hexaphobic. This is called the Octaphobic, and this is an 8-layered Megamorphics style puzzle. And wow, does that ever turn good. Holy, what? Okay.
I am the Octaphobic Puzzle God.
Puzzle God? Are you serious? I've never even heard of a puzzle god before.
Well, that's because I don't come around very often, but I have to give you a warning.
Okay, a warning on what?
The puzzle you are about to start on requires some serious puzzle skills.
Well, I think that I have some puzzle skills. I think I could solve this thing.
Silence. You cannot solve this. Nobody can solve this. Well, except for a couple of guys. You might be one of them. I don't know yet, but we'll see.
Okay, so this is supposed to be some kind of warning?
Yes, here's your warning. Beware of the puzzle. This puzzle will become very addictive and take over your life.
Well, actually, I got to admit that, lots of puzzles have already taken over my life.
But this one is different.
How is this one different?
Silence. Don't question me.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do from here?
You attempt to solve the puzzle, and then you are done. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, okay, now that I've had that warning, I can, I guess, go back to it. That was pretty strange. I hope I never get that kind of warning again. Okay, so, wow, this is really good. I'm going to show you my other ones as well. Okay, so this is the collection of my Morphix puzzles so far. This is the 4x4, the 5x5, the 6x6, and now the 8x8. And as you can see, these ones here, they're very round on top. Very round. This is pillowed. As you can see, they're all like that. There's no jagged edge here. But if you look on the 8-layered one, you can see that it kind of goes into a point. It goes up and then back down. And it's not quite the other style that you can get. And the other name for these is called a rouleau, and that's a different shape. I tend to go towards the pillowed ones, except for this is not rouleau and it's not really pillowed. It's sort of halfway in between. This is like a reload. I don't know what it would be. I can't get over how nice this movement is. Holy, that's just like one of the smoothest puzzles I've ever owned. This is definitely the smoothest handmade puzzle that I've ever put my hands on, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and try a checkerboard on this. So we'll just turn these ones. Got to make sure I'm turning them all the way, because this one doesn't have a clicking mechanism, sort of like the 6x6 did. This one does not have it. This is made out of the Shengshao, and it turns really good because of that. Just got to make sure everything is aligned. You know, a lot of people ask me, like, why do you keep getting the same kind of puzzle? Like, you're just getting, you know, is this, that's not gonna, oh, it will work, yes. You know, why do you keep getting the same layered puzzle? They're very expensive, and when you could, you know, buy a completely different type of puzzle. And the reason for that is because I really like the Morphings puzzles. They're my favorite kind of puzzles, and, you know, those in cuboids, really. And I really enjoy having these higher layer ones, especially, you know, these, because this is like, I can't even tell you the weight of this. It's just really thick. All right, so there we have a checkerboard. Let's take a really close look at this. As you can see, the pieces are very nice, and this is handmade stuff, and it really does look like you know, it's been molded out of a machine or casted. And I don't know Traiphum's method for, you know, extending pieces and stuff, but whatever he's doing, he is very good at it. So I'll show you the actual piece. Let's move this one aside, and now you can see, if I can catch some light in it, how the piece is actually, this you know, it was one piece and then he extended it, but you can't even see the extension mark on it. You know, there should be an extension mark somewhere in here, and you can't even see that. It's just so flawless and so good. So I'll go ahead and take this out of the checkerboard now. So if you didn't already know, this is a shape-shifting cube, which means that we can, you know, turn things like this, and then now we can turn them like that, and you can see that pieces get shape-shifted really easily and really fast. And that's one thing I really like about it. However, you know, this kind of shape-shifting it's not really, you know, too difficult to wrap your head around, because here, just like a regular 8x8, we have all these center pieces. They're just split into two different colors, and then this is a corner. So is this little tiny piece. That's a corner as well, because if you turn it like this, it becomes equivalent to a corner, because now we can turn it, and now we have this little corner, and these edges are in place. So the corners and the edges are always where they need to be. They just might not be the right color or the right size, and that's up for you, or me in this case, to figure out how to put them back. So let's go ahead and scramble this thing up just so we can see what it looks like all shape-shifted. So I'm going to do some 180-degree scrambles first. You don't really have to do that in this one like you do with the shape-shifting cuboids, but I just like to anyways, because that's what Super Antonio Vivaldi does, and I really like to follow his work, which is actually how I learned about this puzzle. He has one too, a very good demonstration on YouTube, and he actually has a walkthrough solve of it as well if you want to check that out. I don't know if I will make a walkthrough solve, but if I do, it probably won't be for a while. So now we have it scrambled like this, and now we can go into the shape shifting. So let's turn it like this, maybe like that, and then start shape shifting. Now the thing about this is that it's a super cube, and what that means is that the centers, you know, it's not as easy as a regular cube, especially the last two centers, because not only do they have to go into a certain spot, but they're a certain shape as well. So not all centerpieces will be equivalent to all of the rest in their orbit, you know, because some pieces in the same orbit have a completely different shape. So let's continue. As you can see, this is becoming quite a mess, and I can't wait to solve it. I can't even express to you, I'm not sure if I said this yet. I've kind of forgot everything I've said already because of the excitement, but it weighs a lot. Like this is, you know, it's got the mechanism of the Shengshao 8x8 in it, but it is built up and filled in with epoxy sculpt. And it adds quite a bit of weight to it. As I already know, even when I made my 8x8 barrel, it wasn't really built up, but just adding, you know, sculpt into the pieces that I took away, you know, it added weight considerably, actually. All right, so I'm calling that scrambled. Look at that. Let's take a closer look at this. Look at how this shape-shifting is in all of these center pieces here. So now we've got pieces that go into the cube. We have pieces that stick out. Look at this. It goes down, then up, then down, then up, then down again. And this one sticks way out above the rest. Here we can see an edge piece that's way down inside against this really, really big corner piece here. Same here. And here you can see a big giant edge that's next to a tiny corner piece. And, you know, because this is a super cube, it makes it harder, but also because it's an even layered puzzle, we're going to run into some pretty unusual and awesome parodies. All right, guys, so I'm going to go and solve this and give it a few days and probably a few solves, and then I will come back and give you my final thoughts. All right, as you can see, it is solved now, and it hasn't been a few days. It's actually been about 24 hours, but I have solved it, and I can give you my final review on it. This has to be the best hand mod puzzle that I've ever worked with before. It's just so smooth, even when it's completely shape-shifted, like nothing ever catches. It's just so good. It's even better than the original 8x8 Shengshao cube that it was made out of. I don't know how Traiphum does it, but whatever he's doing is working really, really well. Now, it did take me about 2 hours to solve this, and it only takes me about 18 minutes to solve my Hexaphobic. And obviously, there's more pieces on this puzzle, but more so, what took me time is alignment. And it's not that alignment is a huge issue with this puzzle. I mean, it corner cuts really well. But what happens is because of, you know, it doesn't have the clicking mechanism on the layers like the 6x6 version does. You know, a lot of the time you're trying to, you know, solve things, and one layer, you see this piece came, you know, this slice moved over when I moved that. And so it's not an issue with the craftsmanship. It's just that there's so many, you know, layers, and it's so smooth that pieces can come out of alignment a little bit, and you know, I'll be stuck like this because here this row looks like it's still in, but it's not because this is out, and you can see the piece down here. And if my hands are like this and I'm in the middle of solving and I'm trying to turn, I don't see that, you know. So it's just a little bit of an issue, but it you know, it's kind of good because then I get to play with it longer each solve. Now, if you're wondering how much this puzzle costs, it's a little pricey. It's $750 US. And you know, I'm a collector, so I'm willing to pay that. And there's not a whole lot of them out there. You can't just go into a, you know, a store online or anywhere else and buy these. You know, this is, you know, they're made to order. You know, you order it and then he makes it, and it takes a while. You know, it can take like a month to build these, and you know, there's just so much sanding. And I mean, I don't know what to say. This thing is still amazing to me, and I can't wait to solve it again. So I'm actually gonna leave you guys here, and I'll see you on my next video.